So I found an article recently on BBC talking about the average cost for a night out in London. And in this article, it said that the average cost can range anywhere between £69 and a whopping £250 per person for a night out in London. And so what I wanted to do is to see if we can go away for a trip that will cost less than the average cost of a night out in London. Now, this study and article is from 2019, so before this huge inflation that we're going through now. So the costs might have actually gone up since then, but I still think it's fair that I find somewhere in the middle from where this study has been done. So I've decided to set a budget of £150 per person. Now, what I plan to do from these videos is slightly different from what I do normally. So normally I'd go into my computer, show you a list of destinations that I found for underneath that price and leave it there. But I want to do things slightly different in these series. There's been a few people I've noticed calling me out saying that actually what I say isn't true and that I'm not showing the true costs of what it is to go away. So what I do things slightly differently, where I will actually book these trips and take you with me on these trips as well. So to start this off, I need to find somewhere to go. So I did my regular searches using Google Flights, Skyscanner and cheap flights to find a destination that works for me. Now, I want this to be spontaneous. So actually today is Wednesday and I want to go away this weekend. And I've searched around, I've looked in multiple different cities, but there's one city that stood out for me because it's a city that I've really wanted to go to, and that is the city of Seville. And so what I've done is find some Ryanair flights which have cost me £60 per person. And once I found them, I booked them on my phone straight away. And so that's the first things done. So that's £60 for the flights. But next I need to find some accommodation. I've booked 3 days and 2 nights with my flight. So I need to find a hotel that will let me stay for 2 nights that's going to come within the budget. And amazingly, I found this brand new great hotel that you're seeing right now for £38 per person. So this trip is going to cost me £99 per person, which is well within the budget that we set and pretty amazing. So this is going to be the first of the series where I'm showing you trips that will cost me less than an average night out in London. So come with me to see the incredible city of Seville. Right, so just going over the footage, I realised that I was a complete idiot and plugged my microphone into the wrong input, so it didn't record any audio today. So, bit of a summary of what we did. So we turned up, and the thing that struck us the most about Seville, other than its beauty, is the temperature, which was unbelievable, but we had to get through it as best we could. We went into the cathedral, which we managed to get in for free, which was actually really good. We didn't actually get to see most of the cathedral because there is a service going on, which is why we're going for free, but we didn't actually get to see any of it. So if you do want to go in, I think it's about €14, as I said, but if you do want to have a little bit of freebie, where you want to have a look inside, that's all you want to do. Going out on Sunday is a really, really good thing. And then after that, we walked to Plaza de España and just walked around there. And it was really, really, really hot, but it was beautiful. And there was a great water fountain there as well. We were able to dip our toes in and just generally cool down as much as we could, but the temperature was slowing us down quite a bit. And then on the way back, we found this amazing gelato place. I know gelato is Italian and we're in Spain, but it was so good, and there were some vegan options as well, so Kate got to manage to have some of hers. And then we went back to the hotel to try and cool off a little bit, and then we went into a royal palace, which was used to be the Alba family, and walked around there, and it was absolutely beautiful. The architecture was amazing. I can't actually remember the name of the palace, but I'll just put it in the video in the description just here at the bottom of the video. And then went back to the hotel room, and just try to rest and come back out and have some food. Went to this amazing restaurant called Gusto, which has some really good vegan options as well, which was really helpful. Had some great paella. Went, had some more sangria, and had been spend the rest of the day walking around Sevilla at night. Because one of the things that we've realised is, because in the summer, the peak summer, particularly where we are now, which is in July, it's so hot, and from about 3 o'clock it's just unbearable. So the best thing for you to do is to get up early, see as much as you can before the heat gets too much, then go back to your hotel room, have your own little siesta, come back out about 8 o'clock, have some food, because that's when most of the restaurants open around here, and the city honestly comes alive. There's far more people around at night than there is in the day because of the weather, and it's the best way to see the city. And now we're able to enjoy the wonderful architecture that we're surrounded by without getting heat stroke, having the anxiety of possibly getting heat stroke. And tomorrow we're going to see more of this city, and hopefully I won't be an absolute idiot, and I'll make sure this microphone is plugged in to the correct input. Good morning everyone. It's another hot day in Seville, and we have come to the Royal ALCAZAR, which are the main tourist attractions in Seville. One thing we did beforehand is we actually bought these tickets in advance before we left for Seville, skipped the queues, so we just had a time, we turned up, walked straight through, so that is something that I really recommend. But so far this is an absolutely stunning place. We didn't have much time for breakfast, so we went to this place called Choc, which did amazing donuts and cookies and everything like that, and some frappuccinos and smoothies, and they have a lot of vegan options as well. So I'm just going to pawn over these.
Oh my god, look at the chocolate on the bottom.
This is some of the vegan options, which is taste-wise is.
It's kind of like Nutella in the middle.
And I managed to get myself a nice kind of croissant kind of thing. Pistachio. Let's just see how this is.
That's really good.
It's really good.
This kind of tastes like a carnival donut, like you get at a fairground, but in a good way.
We've got another giant muffin thing, and it cost us about €9. So really not bad, because I guess we're from London, and this probably costs you about £8 a dime.
£9 for one donut.
Yeah, exactly. So I highly recommend Choc in Seville, and I'll put a link to it where it is down below. So far this Royal ALCAZAR has been absolutely stunning. Like the ornate ceilings, and windows and panelling and tiles, it's unbelievable. It's completely different from kind of palaces I'm used to seeing, particularly in England. So it's just, yeah, it's a real absolute must see if you're coming to Seville. So we just finished the Royal ALCAZAR, which was absolutely stunning, and now we're going to go get some food. But one thing I really want to mention to you before is that if you come on a seriously hot day like we have, there are water fountains dotted around the city where you can fill up your water bottles. There's one right here, just outside the Royal ALCAZAR. So if you see any of that, it's safe to drink, and make sure you do that, because no one wants to get a heat stroke when not on holiday. Anyway, so we're going to go and find some. What are we going to find? That. And yeah, let's see how we get on. Okay, so we went to this place for. I've forgotten the name of them. Yeah, and there was a vegan option, and they do a deal which is 2 of them and a drink for €6, which is pretty good. What's that? What is it actually like? What is it meant to be?
Vegan is like a Thai flavoured one, but it tastes like Thai green curry.
Wow.
Really nice.
But it's like a ham and cheese one, and more like a pork filled one. Oh my god. You can see that's like melted cheese in there. It's really good. It's essentially like similar kind of pastry to like a Cornish pasty. You know what that's like. But it's full of flavour. Really, really good. So yeah, I'd highly recommend this place. If you want to get some lunch, not too expensive. It's just a nice spot. So, I know he's a very controversial figure today, but this is the tomb of Christopher Columbus. I didn't even realise he was even buried here. I know we were in this cathedral yesterday, but we decided to come in again today, partly to get out of the heat, and just wanted to have a little bit more and explore. And to be honest with you, I'm so glad we did, because even though we did come in yesterday, we didn't really get to see much of the cathedrals. Today we have, and so far it's incredible. It was about 12 euros to get in, because we bought it in person, that you can get a ticket for £11 if you book it online. But let's have an explore at what this cathedral has to offer. If you're not particularly interested in coming to kind of cathedrals or anything like that, I highly recommend that you do so, because if you want to get the best views of Seville, you have to climb to the top of the tower. It's included in your entrance fee, and it's something that I would highly recommend doing. But for the rest of the day, all we're going to do is going to go back to our hotel. It's getting too hot now, but you get some gelato on the way and come back out for some excellent food. Okay, we didn't actually do this yesterday, so I did, but I forgot to do the audio. So how's your vegan chocolate?
Yes, I had lemon and strawberry. For the chocolate, I have to say, it's like ganache. It's so good.
And I have Nutella and pistachio. Nutella's really good. And pistachio's really good. So that, if you want to come, have some good pistachio. Have some good gelato in Seville. This is the place to go. Okay, we've decided, actually it's our last night, to do, what is it called?
To Seville, which is like, I think it's also nicknamed the mushroom.
Okay.
So it's basically an art structure made of wood.
Changes colours, it looks really cool. It's really, really cool to come over here at night. It's 10 euros each to get in, and it looks awesome. It had loads of different colours changing, and yeah, let's just enjoy the views. So what was your theory about this?
Well, I think because mushrooms, when they communicate, I've seen someone do something where they show how mushrooms communicate with light, or like they have like a network of, because mushrooms will grow from one spore, don't they? Like that's where you get mushroom rings. They're all connected and they will communicate. And this is kind of like when it lights up like a brain. Like this is lighting up in sections, and it's got like ripples that go through it.
There we go.
I could be very wrong. That's my interpretation of the artwork.
Okay, so now I'm back from Seville. Although we did have one more day left, we just spent the day generally just trying to explore the city a little bit more. We did start by going to our favourite donut shop first, and we went all in. I had this amazing pistachio donut, and Kate got another vegan option, really indulgent donut with a kind of like a muffin thing in it as well. It was so good. And then after we had done that, we walked to the Plaza de España because it was kind of nice to explore it without having the blaring sun on us. We still did take a dip in the fountain, and it was just nice to chill out there. And we just generally walked around and explored the city and walked along the riverside. And then we went to this market which had a vegan stall. And if you're vegan, this might be somewhere where you want to go. And although the food wasn't incredible, it was still decent and reasonably priced as well. After we had done all this, we needed to make our way back to the airport, and to do this we walked to the bus station. And if you are planning on getting the bus back to the airport from the bus station, you just basically need to go to Bay 21 and get the AE bus, which is this one here, and it's just a nice simple journey back to the airport. And yeah, that's it. That was my holiday, cheaper than the average cost of a night out in London. And I know there still might be some cynical people saying, well, how much extra money do you spend while you were there? Well, I would say we probably spent another 40 or 50 pounds each going to different destinations, which still comes into the 140 to 150 pound budget that I set at the beginning of the video. But I don't really want to get caught up in all that, because I just want to prove that you can book a flight and get a great hotel for less than the average cost of a night out in London. So for one night out, if you just didn't do that, you can take these trips, and that's the point that I want to push to you. I think traveling is more accessible than ever. There's always some great deals, and I know you can do it, and this is a series that I'm going to keep up to prove that point. If you want to know how I got this so cheap, I do have some other videos explaining that, and I've got them going above me right now, and also link some others in the link description below. And I will also be doing a guide to Seville, because I know these are very popular with my subscribers. If you do have any specific questions, please list them below, and I'll try and plan these into my future guide video. Just lastly, I actually want to thank you, because I managed to get over 1,000 subscribers, and my last video I explained that I just kind of need your help in getting there, and you didn't disappoint, and I'm actually over that now. I'm over 1,100, and it's so great. So thank you so much for supporting me so far. I'm really going to push on with this channel once I'm finished with my house, but I just wanted to thank everybody that has supported me so far, and this is just the beginning. And so this was the first video in a new series of videos of holidays that cost less than a night out in London, and I'm going to do more of these to show you that it is possible. I have some really incredible videos coming up. I've got some more trips booked, and we're finally going to have a travel channel that's going to be beyond this room here, and I'm so excited to show it to you guys. But thank you so much for watching. Please think about subscribing if you haven't done already. Like the video, because it really helps me out, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video.